Yesterday's storm certainly left the Maine coastline battered and bruised.
Another storm is on track to strike this weekend and bring even more damage to coastal communities.
Well, there's a couple vehicles out there too, Eva. Freshwater rinse on the handful of items that got wet, soaking wet on the floor. Those will be drying. And we got stuff up here. And it might be a little easier once it's dried a little bit, but it's gonna get wet all over again and maybe fill up with seaweed again. I'm just pulling off these two boats away from the hump in the floor, which we believe something has floated up underneath the floor. Yeah, there's something underneath this. We're airing it out right now. And I think you fared quite well, considering you have a wet floor and a few wet tools and a bunch of wet casters that we can hit with WD-40 next week. All right, these two pieces had floated under the floor. All right, Mr. Stillman. Lower that thing. You can lower that. Let's see if it lays down flat. All right, there's a little bit of a high spot right in here. These little scrap blocks that are everywhere underneath were shims. When this thing floated, they all moved around and crisscrossed. They didn't line up again. And hopefully it'll lay flat. The humps are gone, and a hump job for another day might be right. So it looks like your floor is pretty darn flat now. There's a little hump on the other side. I'll talk to you more later, but Grampy swept the whole floor and we've cleaned this out. We're ready for flood number 2. All right, Grampy? Would you shut that door, please?
Snow and sleet this morning, accumulation up to 1 inch. Winds windy with highs in the upper 40s near the coast.
Coastal flooding will be a huge concern.
High tide's right around noon. Highest wind gusts are also right around noon.
Like another devastating blow for our coastal communities.
Up to 55 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation.
I was headed to check the shop, but I ended up being first seen on an accident. Scared mother and her child are perfectly safe in their Subaru. The engine is running and they're toasty warm. Well, I made the arrangements with the officers to give the mom and child a ride home. They said yeah, so I cleaned out the truck and I went to get the car seat, and the mother started throwing up. Then she complained of a headache, and the police says, we can't let her go with you. We have to call an ambulance. And now I'm headed to the shop. At the ready. Torch at high tide. I see just a couple inches up on the rubber, like maybe 2 inches of standing water in the office. Looks like Bass Harbor get it much worse than last time. Half an hour past high tide. We're on the downside of this storm. That's a good place to be.
We want to try and get as much water out of there as possible, and
Right.
I pumped this like
Awesome.
so that it's getting cold, because it's way easier when it's not freezing.
Right. I'd say you did well again, and this was actually about 2 inches lower than Wednesday's storm. still manageable. But I am going to wait until you get here to move all this equipment back on the floor and mop. I'll see you tomorrow, I hope. Let's get some food in us and then work. To a shop that survived 2 floods. Hey, man. Hey. Good morning, honeymoner. Hi there, sweetie girl. Wet feet, dry humor, cool heads, warm new neighbors.
You're here.
Cheers.
We survived.
Thanks for all the help.
I really appreciate both of you.
Man, it's like we're dealing with some windsurf.
Southeast. Southeast goes right over where I am.
By the second storm, you can see the coverage is very different. Never have I seen lifting the way it was when these buildings get ripped off.
The water's been inside like 5 times.
Well, I'm honored.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say to you this morning. Like, we didn't like lure you down here and then like sucker, you know, the water comes in.
Dude, we got this young kid.
So I was just like, I'm missing the second one too. I couldn't believe it.